Hello, my friends. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Welcome to Sonia's Real Estate Connection and Hot Topics, all things real estate on this show. I want to thank you for tuning in to another episode of Sonia's Really Real Real Estate Connection because, hey, I like to keep it real and I like to keep it 100. Again, all things real estate on this channel. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Once again, I am Sonia Mays, founder, broker, and owner at Midwest Executive Realty in Milwaukee, Wisconsin. Proud and honored to serve in this capacity and always glad to share information and resources for our lovely listening audience. As always, proud to be the connection for your real estate journey. And honored to serve in the great state of Wisconsin and in the beautiful United States of America. All right, folks, let's get right into it. Today, we'll take a look at the housing report for the greater Milwaukee area. And this data is derived from the Metro MLS Housing Report of August 2021, which covers 4 counties in southeastern Wisconsin, in particular Milwaukee County, Ozaukee County, Washington County, and Waukesha counties. Again, that's the Metro MLS report of August 2021. The September report hasn't come out yet, so we're looking at the latest housing report from Metro MLS. According to the report, the average sales price for all property types in August was $340,000, up by that was an increase of 2.3% compared to the same time last year when the average sales price was $332,000. So that's an increase of $7,500. Again, average sales price for properties was $340,000, and that's for the 4-county metro area. For single-family homes, the average sales price was $358,000, and that was an increase of 2.5% compared to the same time last year. And for condo homes, the average sales price was at $255,000, and that was up slightly up from last year at 0.4%. For the month of August, there were 2,116 reported closed sales, and that was a decrease of 3.4% compared to the same time last year. However, there were 514 pending sales, which was up 8.9% compared to the same time last year when there was only 472 pending sales. Pending sales are those the properties that are in an accepted offer status waiting to close. So I usually inform the buyers if they're looking at MLS data or looking at MLS listings. If you see a letter C, I believe it's a red letter C with a yellow circle around it, or a C, that usually means contingent with offer or active with offer, which means that the property is under contract. So when the report refers to pending sales, those are the properties that it is referring to. And again, for the month of August, there were 514 pending sales, and that was up to almost 9% increase compared to the same time last year. In terms of days on market, properties overall are staying on the market for much shorter periods of time. According to the housing report, average days on market until sale was 15 days, so a little bit over 2 weeks for market times for properties, and that was actually 44% decrease compared to the same time last year when properties were staying on the market for 27 days on average before sale or closing. So again, that time was almost cut in half. 15-day market time for properties in terms of days on market. So we're seeing shorter marketing times for all property types. Now, single family homes were staying on the market for an average of 13 days, which is 2 days shorter, shorter marketing time for single family homes. And that number was down by 53% compared to the same time last year when they were on the market for about 28 days on average. So last year, single families were on the market for about 28 days. This year, they're staying on the market for about 13 days. So huge drop in terms of market time for single family homes. Now, there wasn't much change in the condo market. Condos were reported to remain on the market for an average of 25 days compared to 24 days the same time last year. So a slight change of 4% for the condo marketing times. The next big question is, are the properties selling for what sellers are asking for? And the answer is yes. According to the market report, properties were selling at 102% of the original list price. So, yes, they were selling above their asking price. And in a seller's market where we have low inventory and price appreciation, we tend to see this quite a bit. So we'll see bidding wars, we'll see multiple offers, and sales above the asking price. Now, I can tell you from personal experience that there was a particular zip code in Milwaukee on the northwest side of town, and I believe it was either the 53223 zip code or 53224 zip code area. And I was asked to run comps for one of my clients. And so we did the research and found that properties were selling on average anywhere between 15 to 20,000 above list price, according to the MLS data for that region. And I believe it was in the 53224 zip code area. Now, there are other areas outside of this region where properties were selling in excess of 20,000, upwards to $30,000 above asking price. And so, again, we're seeing, the price appreciation and a lot of competitive offers, multiple offers, and sales where properties are selling above their asking price. So, yes, sellers were getting what they were asking for and then some. But then you have properties where, you walk into the properties and, they haven't been painted, or they haven't changed the carpet or update flooring, update cabinets, countertops. They're all outdated. Some of the properties they weren't, they weren't clean, or maybe landscaping needed to be performed, weed removal, and yet they're asking for top dollar for the property. And so this becomes very discouraging for buyers. If the buyer purchases the home, then they would have little to no equity right off the bat. Not to mention the buyer would have to make various improvements and updates to the property in order to bring it up to code or up to more modern condition, or even to make it more aesthetically pleasing and appealing. So, this is what we're seeing out in the field. And of course, I'm out in the field, pounding the pavement, daily, weekly. And, this is where the rubber meets the road, and unfortunately for a lot of buyers who have been looking for many, many months, again, it becomes very discouraging. When they're running into these types of scenarios. So again, getting back to the report, properties are selling at or above the original list price. Now, according to the August Metro MLS housing report, properties sold at 102% of the original asking price compared to the same time last year when they were selling at 100% of the original asking price. So again, up 2%, but of course it's based on geographical location and regions and zip codes, and some zip codes are uh, commanding $15,000 to $20,000 above ask price, whereas other zip code areas may be commanding slightly less, maybe 5 or 10% above asking price, or right at asking price. That is what the reports are indicating at this time. In terms of housing inventory, this is where we continue to fall short. There were 4,045 active listings on the market in August, which was down by 6% compared to the same time last year. And we continue to see historically low housing inventory for the month of August. There was just under 2 months of housing inventory, specifically 1.9 months of housing inventory for all property types, as well as single family homes. Now, this number was down 2.9% compared to the same time last year, when there was 2 months of housing inventory. So once again, housing inventory extremely low. We're only seeing 1.9 months of housing inventory. And in a normal market, we should be around 6, 7, maybe 8 months or so, or yeah, somewhere between 5 and 7 months. We're way below that, folks. 1.9 months of housing inventory. I wish I had better news to tell you. And I receive calls and emails all the time from buyers and investors who are looking for properties to purchase. They're looking for homes, and they're calling my office and asking, do we have anything? Do you know anything that's coming up? Because they can't find anything online, or there's nothing online that would match their criteria, or that would fit their needs and their search parameters. And unfortunately, we're still in this predicament of historically low housing inventory. So what's out there is what's out there. What you see is what you get. There's no magic wand to wave or crystal ball. It is what it is. And, even if we did know of something that was coming up, we can't market it until we have a signed listing contract. Now, as many of you know, pocket listings are no longer allowed. At least in our region, in the state of Wisconsin, in the greater Milwaukee area, we can't market a property until we have a signed listing contract. And so we can't do, the coming soon marketing, like I think back in the day or some time ago, they used to have coming soon listings. We can't do that anymore. We can't post on social media as coming soon or anything of that nature. It's considered a violation, and it goes against the rules and the laws. And we, brokers and agents and firms can get in big trouble if they do that. We can't put yard signs in the yard unless we have a signed, active, valid listing contract. Sometimes, sellers would ask their realtor, can you put a yard sign in the yard, or post this property on, put it on your website or post it on social media? And they would ask the realtor or the broker to do this before they sign a contract or before it goes to market. And unfortunately, we can't do that. We can no longer do that in the state of Wisconsin. So, there are various statuses that we can utilize in MLS, such as delayed listing or withdrawn listing. For example, if we're waiting for the sellers to prepare the property for showings, or waiting, for them to get the house ready for showings and open houses, then we can do a delayed listing. Or if we need to take it off the market for whatever reasons, we can do a withdrawn listing. That's a temporary withdrawal from MLS, and then we will put it back on the market at some point. But otherwise, we just have to wait and essentially just do things properly and correctly, and do things the right way. So, well, folks, that concludes the housing market report. And before I close out the session, I just want to encourage everyone, especially the buyers, are buyers in this market who may be looking for a home or looking for a property. You may have been looking for a long time. I just want to encourage you to hang in there. Try not to be discouraged. I know it can be difficult and it can be very discouraging at times, especially if it's been several months or maybe even over a year and you're still looking. And with the COVID-19 pandemic going on, we've had a lot of delays and setbacks, with that. But I do believe that things are turning around, and they will turn around. I believe in your favor. You just have to hang in there, and you have to believe that all things will work out for the good. Just be patient and have faith, and trust that everything will work out for the greater good. And that's all I have for today. On that note, we'll go ahead and close out this session. I want to thank you for tuning in to another episode of Sonia's Real Estate Connection and Hot Topics. And for those inquiring minds that want to know, I want to let you know the source of the information from today's show came from the Metro MLS Monthly Market Reports and Metro MLS Monthly Housing Report Summary and Google Images. So again, thanks everyone for tuning in. I hope that you found this information to be useful and of value. And as always, I'm available to answer any questions you might have about this topic or any other topic of interest. As always, we seek to educate and empower our listening audience to help you make an informed, educated decision concerning your real estate transaction. Thank you so much, folks, again for tuning in. It is a pleasure and an honor to serve in this capacity. And if you'd like to reach us, feel free to give us a call toll free at 844-777-7725. Again, 844-777-7725, or send us an email to info@midexec.com, or check out the website for property listings and leasings at midwestexecutiverealty.com. Again, midwestexecutiverealty.com. Thanks so much for tuning into this channel. I look forward to talking with you again real soon. Make it a great day, and please be safe, stay well, and be healthy. God bless.